Imagine someone come to you and they said to you, you can have whatever you want in life, whatever you want. If you just think about it all the time. Think about it when you're working, think about it when you're going to the gym, think about it all the time and you can have it. And you might say to me, yeah, WT, but that's the law of attraction. That's how the law of attraction works. But what I'm telling you is that might be the concept, but that's not how things really work. That's not how it really works because of a simple thing. You get what you expect out of life. But what is it that you expect out of life? What are you focused on? Because a lot of times I've talked to people and they say that they want to experience this one thing. They want to have this one thing. This is what they want. But when you talk to them throughout the day, they're not talking about that, talking about this. They're a lot of times talking about this thing I call the worst case scenario. The what if this happens and it's really bad? What if that happens and it's really bad? And so they're building these scenarios, these mind pictures of things that they don't want to have happen, that they're subconsciously worried about. And then they're saying that they really want to have this. So verbally they're saying they really want to have this, and they go and they do their visualization techniques and they do their affirmations thinking about this thing over here, this good thing, the positive thing that they want. But then behind the scenes they're building these little mind pictures of the things that they don't want, the worst case scenarios. And then they're saying they're using the law of attraction in their daily lives to build up, success, to build that mindset for success. But they also have these little gremlins popping into their head, putting in these other pictures, these pictures of all the things that you can't have and all the reasons why you can't do it and you can't achieve it. And this is the problem. This is why I say you get what you expect. But what do you expect? What is it that you really expect? What is it deep down in your core are you really expecting? Are you really expecting that you're going to achieve your big goals? Or are you focused on all the things that could go wrong and all the things that could stop you from achieving your big goals? We talked about this in a few other episodes, but what happens is when you're trying to achieve a big goal, and the affirmations and the visualization, all that stuff is the foundation of going for that big goal. But what you have to also do is you have to realize that there is going to be hurdles and struggles, and that's okay. That's normal. But you got to look at the best case scenario. If you are allowed to imagine anything for your life, then you should be able to imagine anything at any given moment that you want to experience. So what I'm talking about is, say that you're not working on your big goal right now. Say you work on your big goal in the morning, you do your routines, and maybe you do your routine sometime in the afternoon, and in the evening you work on your routine of really building that picture of what you want to have, your big picture goal. But throughout the day, you have other things that you do. Maybe you have a full-time job that you're working, or maybe you have a part-time job and you also have your own business that you're working part-time. Whatever it is, throughout the day you have different moments that brings your attention to different things. So you could have a moment where you have to focus on a problem at work that you have to solve, or something that you have to do. If you start to get in the habit of every time that you have something that you gotta face, anytime you have a problem or situation that you gotta face, if you start to use the same techniques that you're using for your big picture goal, for the little things, the little moments in your life, and you start to focus on the best case scenario of things working out for you, of you being able to find the solution, of you being able to get through this with a lot of ease and a lot of joy and a lot of excitement, a lot of happiness. If you start to focus on that for all the different little things that you do throughout the day, now you're starting to really get in line with what you're saying in the morning and what you're working on later on in the afternoon and what you're working on at night for your big picture goal, your big picture dream. Because throughout the day, you're also in the habit of expecting the best, expecting things to work out, expecting phone calls to go great, expecting, emails to get great response, expecting, money situations to find a great solution. When you start focusing on things going great for you all the time, in all the different aspects of your life, in all the different moments of your life, and you stop thinking about the worst case scenario, because I'm going to tell you right now, you have as much chance of the worst case scenario coming true as you have of the best case scenario coming true. So if you can choose to experience one or the other, why wouldn't you experience the best case scenario? Why wouldn't you try to focus on that happening all the time? Why wouldn't you expect that to be the thing that you experience the most in your life? Because if you expect to experience that the most in your life, you're going to have what you expect. You're going to attract what you want. You get what you want. What you feel like you should have, what you feel like you deserve. So you can't just be positive and have a positive outlook on your life when you're thinking about your big picture goals. You have to have that same attitude, that same optimistic outlook for every step of your life, every moment in your life, every time that you face a challenge. Because the law of attraction is all about facing those challenges. It's about drawing that contrast to you and then being able to succeed, find a solution, and grow and get better and bigger and more awesome at it. So this is what I'm talking about when I say you get what you expect, but you got to understand, what is it that you expect? And the other part to this is you only really experience what you accept. So if you stop accepting all the crap things and you start saying, no, this is not what I want, you got to really understand that you got to start telling the universe, no, this is not what I want. It's not just about asking the universe for things. It's also about telling the universe, I don't want this. This is not what I want. I want this over here. Bring me this. Find me the solution to have this. And this is something I repeat a lot because it's something that as I'm talking and working with different people, I'm realizing they don't get that part, or they don't feel like they should be saying that. I'm giving you permission right now to tell the universe what you want and tell the universe to stop bringing you what you don't want. I don't want this, so I'm only going to focus on what I do want. Don't accept it. If it's not what you want in your life, if this is not something you really want to experience, don't accept it. Don't accept it as being part of your manifestation. Look at it as part of your growth. So how you turn things around that you don't want is you start to ask the universe, how do I solve this problem? How do I get this out of my life so I can keep growing and expanding? And the more that you do that, the quicker you will find the solutions will fall into place, or the people will fall into place that will help you, or the way will become clear on how to get there, what you need to do. But you have to really get in the habit of expecting good things to happen throughout the day, the little moments. So instead of saying to yourself, I really don't want to do this today, this is something I have to do, so maybe a meeting you have to go to, or something that's happening in your life and you don't really want to deal with it, instead start to focus on it going really well and play it out in your mind of it going really well, and use the techniques of visualization for all things in your life. So before you make a phone call, if you have to call a client or you have to call somebody and you're not sure, think about how you want that to go, the best case scenario, and expect it to go well. Tell yourself it's going to go well. Feel like it's going to go well. Because as you do that, things will start to go well. You will get what you expect. That's what it's all about. So when someone says to you, if you can imagine all the great things happening in your life, and the more that you think about it and focus on that, the more that you will have that. It's because they're talking about the law of attraction, but they're talking about using it for everything, not just for the big scary goals that you have, the really big impossible dreams that you have. It's for all the little things in your life too. It's for the things where you want to go to the gym, you want to have a good experience when you go to the gym. You know, we talk about in our book, my mom writes about when she went to the doctors and she was expecting to find a parking spot that was close and easy to get to. And you've probably heard that in other books. I think that was in The Secret as well. But she really experienced it. She tried it, and it worked, because she expected that she would find that parking spot. It's little things like that. When you start to expect and you start to think about, all right, this is going to go well, this is going to be awesome, this is going to be fun, it will turn out the way that you want more times than it won't. More times than it won't. That's the key. And so when you experience, you're going to have the experiences in your life, they're going to be positive and fun and happy more times than they're not. And the times that they're not, you're going to look at, okay, why is it I needed to experience that? There's a reason. It's for growth. It's not that you attracted it to you. And this is something we'll talk about in another episode. But the cause and effect is not the way that people realize. You're not the center of everything that happens to you. Okay, but we'll talk about that in another episode, because that's a big one that I think people really don't understand, and they beat themselves up with, because the law of attraction tells you that, at least that's what they've learned, is that everything that happens to you happens to you because of you, and it's not the full truth. That's a really basic understanding of it. So we're going to talk about that in a whole nother episode. I'll try to get that one in there soon so that you can understand what I'm talking about for that. But what I'm talking about here, using the law of attraction in your daily lives, is to start to expect good things to happen in all the little moments of your life. You want to learn more about this, you can get our book, Your Invincible Power, Open the Door to Unlimited Wealth, Health, and Joy. And we talk about that. We have an exercise that you can try out. We give you a lot of techniques on how to use the law of attraction in your daily lives. We're also talking about using the law of attraction in your daily lives in this podcast show. And I'm trying to show you how to use the law of attraction without all the la la land stuff, without all the fantasy stuff. And I'm talking about this a lot right now because, I was at a thing recently, a big meetup event where there was a lot of people that were into law of attraction, and they were all talking in the same fantasy way, and a lot of them weren't achieving as much as they could because they weren't really using the law of attraction the way that they should, because they were kind of using it as a fantasy thing and kind of a lazy magical thing, and not really taking the action that needs to be taken to really make the law of attraction work and really make it come to life and become something real. And they didn't really connect with the whole part of thinking and then drawing opportunities to you. So that's what I really want to teach you guys. I want to teach you guys that using the law of attraction is not a mystical thing. It can be if you want. You can add all that into it if that's what makes you feel really, really happy and makes you really understand it. You can do that. But understand that you don't have to. It's not just for people that are spiritual and happy-go-lucky all the time and thinking positive all the time. It's really a tool to use your thought, to really focus your thought on the things that you want to have. And the more that you can understand that, the more that you can utilize the law of attraction in your daily lives, the more that you can really achieve the things that you should be able to achieve if you just learn how to focus on them and how to make all the little things in the law of attraction work together as one big thing, and use all these things as the toolbox for your success. So thanks for joining. You can learn more about some of our programs. Go to our membership area. We got a lot of bonuses there if you join up to be a member. We have different levels of membership depending on what you want to do, what fits you. Also, you can buy our books. We have many books on the law of attraction that will help you to really use the law of attraction in your daily lives. And check this podcast thing, because we're doing these podcasts all the time. And they're designed to help you use the law of attraction in your daily lives. Thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you again.